Do you have a personal issue, some family drama, or maybe your bestie is just straight up ticking you off? Get at Lauren now.
Let's go.
What do you do when your brother wants to move in with you and your girlfriend? You have a relatively small house that's perfect for just a couple people. But then he's got his girlfriend, a big dog, and brother wants to move in. He's also concerned because brother can be kind of a womanizer, A. And 2, he has no income at this very moment.
Yeah, he was on a couple of job assignments for the last while and now is back in between jobs. Also, the brother, if I recall if I'm wrong here or not, or if I'm right, he just got this house in October.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I thought he said he just got it in October and the girlfriend just moved in.
I bought a house last year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
My
Sorry.
girlfriend moved in with me in October.
Okay.
October, girlfriend moves in. Thanksgiving, they get a dog. Christmas, brother asks if he can move in.
Still within the last year. It's his own. He just got a house here, you know?
And he's only been living with his girlfriend for a couple months.
Right.
Which is, I mean, anybody who's moved in with a significant other knows that there's an adjustment period.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So there's the concern a little bit about that. And then you add in the womanizer comment is like a little throwaway.
I have so many questions about that, and I can't get comfortable with it.
I think the fact that he included that in his email to you leads me to believe that there's a lot going on here, and I think that he needs to change his yes to let's look at several more options before you end up in this house.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, I don't know. How many other friends can we lean on? Are there other family members that we can lean on in the interim here until you can line up and get a job and then use us as the worst case scenario because blank, blank, blank. I don't know. What do you think? You have some advice? You can text 800-500-Y107 or call 441-Y107.
We got a text from Sarah. She said, no way I'd let anyone move in without a job. People get comfortable way too quick mooching, especially when it's family.
Yeah, because like you said earlier, to kick out family, that's tough.
You're not going to do it.
Right. And then all of a sudden you have a bad relationship with your brother, and who knows how strained that puts it on your girlfriend.
Right. By that point, is your relationship with your girlfriend going to be something that's in a good spot?
Since she just moved in, you're still adjusting to that. That's a whole new world in that relationship with her and you. What about you? 441-Y107.
I had the same thing happen to me when my husband and I first got married. We got our first place. A family member of his wanted to move in with his girlfriend, actually, only for a short period of time. And I knew it just couldn't be. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. And so I said, hey, we want to help. We really want to help you get on your feet. And so we talked to other family members, like if there were people at Christmas dinner that maybe heard all this. And I said, so we'll help you find an apartment. We'll pay the deposit and your first month's rent. And then, and we'll stock up some food in your house. And then you're on your own. And I feel like that pushes them to really have to get a job, be able to pay their rent, but you also didn't leave them hanging. It's an idea. So
help them financially with getting their own place, not so much
physically with the place.
Place to stay.
Yeah, and I know we don't know what their financial situation is, but we tapped into other family members who are willing to help and said, hey, we'll help set you up with something, or, find something that had a short-term lease, even where they didn't feel trapped, but it kind of forces them into finding a job as well.
I like the idea of talking to other family members and have the brother involved in that conversation too. We don't know what the family dynamic is. We don't know how many people there are,
or how many of them have anything to spare.
Right. But rather than all falling on this brother that reached out to us and his girlfriend to be the sole helpers, if you will, because even that, first and last month and deposit and groceries,
that's a lot.
You're talking, a couple $3,000.
You're right. It is a lot, especially right now. But I was just thinking, it'd be I don't want to leave you out I want to help, but we just can't have you in our home. It's too much, So it's an idea.
I think that's a great idea. If it's feasible, absolutely.
Get at Lauren now. 441-Y107. Having some issues? Lauren will help you out with the assistance of our listeners. Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
It's the Y107 Morning Show. We're Cosmo and Lauren. Our adder today has a brother who is recently back to the area. He was away on a job assignment and now he's back. So he currently has no income and no place to stay, so he asked if he could stay with his brother. Well, our guy has a relatively small house that his girlfriend also lives in with him. They got a big dog.
She just moved in October.
Back in October, yeah. So he's kind of unsure now as to whether or not he wants his brother living with him. Plus, he said, quote, his brother is kind of a womanizer and he doesn't trust him around his girlfriend. Unquote. So he's reaching out to us and really to you guys. What should he do? We got a text from Abby. She said, my suggestion and recommendation is to get it in writing, whatever the parameters are. Make sure that it is a signed contract by both parties. Do you want to know what your rights are? And you do not want them using... Oh, so that you know what your rights are and you don't want them using your mailing address. No, because then you get into squatters' rights, which is a very hairy area, especially when you're not a landlord. And I kind of worry that whatever you draw up as your contract wouldn't count as like a lease.
Right.
If the bleep really hit the fan.
Right.
I don't know that you'd be able to hold that up.
Yeah. The red flag number one is the way he asked you in front of the family at Christmas dinner is BS.
Yeah.
Like that to me. And then you're worried about the womanizer stuff. Separate out the rest, whether, hopefully the guy's got at least something in savings. I mean, he was working recently.
Which is another question that I have is you said that he was away on a job assignment.
Right.
So what kind of job does he do? And is it likely that he's going to get another job and really be gone in 2 more weeks?
Right.
Is it likely for him to find a job around here? Or is it like kind of a more special? I mean, if he's an Alaskan king crab fisher.
Then he's got some money.
Well, he should. He should.
Right.
But you don't know that. But also, is he going to get a job here?
Right.
That's going to pay enough to get him on his feet and out on his own anytime soon. I
think if you're our adder and you are listening, I think we just listed off several red flags, and I think you know in your heart they're red flags. The problem is that your heart is tied to the fact that this is your brother, and you don't want to necessarily shaft family. But a lot more.
And maybe his brother's a great dude and we're reading too much into this. And it would be fine. Everything would be fine with them living together.
Sit down with him, have a full... I just have a bad taste in my mouth with the fact that he did it at dinner. He sandbagged him from the jump. That leads me down the path of that he's maybe doing this...
Shiesty business.
Yeah. Keep the comments coming in because we will share them with our adder if you've got some advice, if something similar happened to you. I do like the advice that we had from the other caller. Offer, you know what, hey, we can't have you here, but we'll help you out with some rent. We'll help you out with some groceries. Help you out with a security deposit. Maybe talk to other family members, see if they can pull in and help, and then go that route.
Yeah.
That's probably your best bet.
Text at Lauren now. 800-500-Y107.